This is my audience. Allow me to start by saying hello and to simply state that everyone needs a form of entertainment. Some of us watch movies, while others of us watch TV, and some others of us play video games. Although, how many of you have actually sat down and wondered what is actually going on under the hood of the productions that we are so easily entertained by? Today I'd like to borrow some of your time to talk to you about computer animation, or to be more specific, talk to you about a program that is used in the computer animation industry. The program I'd like to talk to you about is called Maya. I myself have used the program for many months, and I can still tell you that I have a lot to learn about this amazing software. As great, powerful, and helpful as the program is, Maya is by far not the only computer animation program used. Autodesk Maya is a very complex program where you can go from doing anything from modeling characters, background, and objects, all the way up to shading, lighting, texturing, and even the hair follicles, as much as the animation part of your scene. However, to go into full detail as to what Maya can do, it would take an hour of one's time to explain, although that is not why I'm here today. Today I'd like to talk to you about some of the projects that Autodesk Maya has had a part in, how it was used, and how it was helpful. The first section I'd like to cover are some of the movies that Maya has had a part in. The first movie I'd like to discuss is Disney's Dinosaurs. Disney worked very closely with Maya to create this movie, and it was also one of the very first movies that gave Maya its popularity. The second movie I'd like to discuss was Hugo. In fact, there were multiple Autodesk tools used to create this visual effect for the film, such as 3D Max, Maya, and Motion Blur. The last movie I'd like to discuss with you is a movie called Avatar, which came out in 2009. Although the appearance of this movie is completely different from the other ones I've talked to you about so far, Maya still had a great deal of help towards its creation. In fact, I watched a speech given by one of the people responsible for creating Avatar, and they mentioned how Autodesk was a huge help and how it turned the impossible to possible. Next, I'd like to briefly touch base with you with some of the TV shows that Maya has had involvement with, although usually for programs like these, the only thing they are used for is visual effects. Some of the TV shows that were used for that Maya has had a part in was Bones, Once Upon a Time, and Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire is an award-winning TV show on HBO. With a closer look, it's clear to see just how many visual effects were used to make the series. Now that I've talked to you about some movies and some TV shows that had Maya that Maya took part in, I'm going to talk to you about a couple of video games that Maya took part in as well. The first video game I'd like to talk to you about is Dead Island. After completing the first game, I was shocked to find out that Maya only was really used for the animation in the game. The second game I'd like to talk to you about is Halo 4. Having a look behind the scenes and the people who worked very closely to make this game possible state how they used raw motion capture, placing it in Maya, editing some of the cameras, and placing it into another program to smooth out the visual effects and the animation. The last game I'd like to talk about is Sly Cooper, which was interesting for me to hear because I've played the first 3 games and I'm waiting to play the last, but it was interesting for me to hear that this entire game series was almost completely made up within Maya. Although, after a closer look, there are some things about Sly Cooper that remind me of Maya, such as its environments and some of its animation sequences. After having a closer look at some of the places Maya has been used, it is clear to see how easily Autodesk Maya has played a role in the computer animation field. I'd like to finish up by saying that Autodesk Maya is a great program. It is widely used for many projects for a variety of purposes. It may not be the only computer animating program used in the field, but with Autodesk Inc., Maya, like all the other programs that Autodesk is able to provide, can turn the impossible to possible. Thank you for your time. This is Hodges, and that was my industry speech. All of my information I have found and used will be located in the references slide I will be turning in.